In honor of Black History Month, the Arthur M. Brazier Foundation would like to acknowledge sacrifices made by Bishop Arthur M. Brazier and African American leaders in Chicago, starting with the Northern Civil Rights Movement of the 60s. We take a look back to help envision a brighter tomorrow.
My name is Maddie Butler. I'm the Executive Director of Woodlawn East Community and Neighbors, known as We Can. Well, one of the things he was able to accomplish was the voters' right in the Woodlawn community. I don't think that even dawned on them that people in this community was not registered to vote, his people. And he was the thing that galvanized them around the registration of the voting. Then we were 90,000 strong in this community. 90,000 strong. And so the schools were overpopulated. And so we had little schools, the CPS set up little schools in the park, little camps or something like that for our kids to go to school in. And he forced them to build better schools in this community. Those was the Willis wagons, yeah. That's right, that's what they called them, the Willis wagons. Gave them the name. I mean, he jumped out there on that right away. And he was on the front of that. And he said, oh no, we're not having that. You're not putting our kids in the park, freezing them to death in the wintertime and burning them up in the summertime. You're gonna spend the same kind of money on these kids that you spend on the kids up north. There was a lot of things that people would have said, could have said and have said about Bishop. But the one thing that they need to say is that he was the lightning rod for the Black community in the city of Chicago.
He used his civil rights experience as kind of a bedrock of his thinking. It was really formative for him, but it was formative not in an expressed way. His experience was helped him think through how to do things, both now and in the future. Bishop always made it very clear the church came first. He would certainly pick his fights in community development, or he would pick the initiatives that he wanted to get behind. But once he got behind an initiative, you knew he was there. One was when the Green Line, what we now call the Green Line, came down east of Cottage Grove. That was an effort he led, actually, with Valerie Jarrett, who was in my chair at that time. And that was a fight. That was a big fight in the community. Both sides had good opinions. There was fairness on both sides. He really led that charge in the community that he thought that opening up East 63rd Street was really the way to redevelop Woodlawn. Oh, I think it was bringing belief back into the neighborhood, that Woodlawn was a neighborhood full of possibilities, that we could walk away from the past, for example, the difficult relationship with the university, and turn that into something positive, that we could bring housing back into the neighborhood, we could bring educational opportunities, good quality educational opportunities back into the neighborhood, and so on. I think it was really getting folks to believe in the neighborhood, and that in community development, that's really always got to be the first step. After that, then it becomes a tactical question.
The legacy lives on. Connect with us as we celebrate and continue the work of our leaders.